This is AM Phoenix Oral Communication, Sarah Delby tribute speech. When we were assigned the tribute speech, I knew exactly who I wanted to do the speech about, and that's my mother. She is the most caring, kind, unselfish person that I know, and she's had an extremely hard life, from 2 years old, 13, all the way up till 18, just being in the house where she grew up. And even after that, till this point, she's worked so hard and done so many things for so many people, and never gets, never asks for anything in return. She's just a very, very special person, and I'm really blessed to have her as my mother. I know that a lot of people talk about their moms like, they look at them like they're the best person in the world, but I truly think, just as a person without even being my mom, my mother is just an incredible, kind, giving person, and she really does deserve the credit for everything that she does. When she was 2 years old, she was molested by her grandfather, and he stuck his tongue down her throat, like made out with her, and touched her, and she can still remember the wallpaper on the room, the taste of the alcohol and cigarettes, the descriptive, even being only 2 years old, from just having a traumatic event like that, she remembers it. When she was 13, she was raped by her brother's friend, and she's had a very hard time with that. She looked to God, and she's become very religious since then. She still is at this point, but at that time, that's where she found her strength, was in the church. And when she was 18, she wanted to get out of the house that she was living in. She had 6 brothers, 1 sister, and they just really could not afford all those kids. And her father was a deacon, so it's like a priest that can be married, but he was an alcoholic and was a little bit abusive, like would whip them with the belt. And mind you, this was, years ago, 70s, 60s. But that was something that he would do, would be hit them with the belt if they got in trouble, and he would come home with his drunk friends, and they never abused the children, besides for when they were in trouble, but they just had too many children and they couldn't take care of them, and her mother couldn't handle it. She was, depressed, and she was not a good mother figure. So at 18, my mom got married just to get out of the house. It only lasted a year. It was a whirlwind marriage. When they broke up, she went to school for X-ray, for an X-ray technician. While she was there, she had an affair with her professor and got pregnant with my sister Teresa. When Frank, the father, the professor, found out she was pregnant, he disowned my sister Tess. Gave her up for adoption. He wanted my mom to have an abortion. She refused. As I said, she's very involved with the church and God. She refused to do that. So she ended up raising my sister on her own. She met my father 2 years later and got pregnant with me really fast. My dad ended up adopting my sister. But they had, for 11 years, a really difficult marriage. My dad is a wonderful person. He's very godly too, but he is an instigator, and he doesn't think women are equal, and so he would do really disturbing things that he shouldn't have, and my mom dealt with that. And then when they got divorced when I was 11, she did everything on her own. He did not pay child support more than, he paid $75 a week for 2 kids. He was a plumber, so he hid all his money. She got really nothing out of it, and so she ended up supporting us, 2 kids, all by herself. I got pregnant at 14. I had my daughter Lindsay at 15, and thank God for my mom, because she really helped me raise her, support her, everything. I had the same issues with, getting child support once we were not together, and my mom was there every step of the way, emotionally. She would, physically, financially, and every aspect. Would sit and watch Hannah Montana or iCarly for hours with my daughter. When I would work or go out, it was, being a kid or whatever. I had that ability because she was such a great person. She moved to Arizona in 2016. took care of us up until that point. I ended up getting my own apartment, staying in Rhode Island. And then in 2018, we moved out to Arizona to live with her again so I could go to school. And now she's again supporting me at 32 and my daughter, who is 17 now. And she just gives everything. I mean, she'll buy us anything we want, stupid stuff that we don't even need, but yet she'll have holes in her shirts or underwear, and she won't buy herself new ones just because, you know, she's giving all that money to us, and it's not fair, and I should, you know, be a lot better with my mom. But that's just the type of person she is. Even at, you know, as an x-ray technician, she'd sing to her elderly patients and rub their heads. Just an amazing person. So my tribute speech is to my mother. I feel like she deserves an amazing award, and she is the best person that I know. Thank you.